Was Cyrus the Great a true champion of diversity? Or was he a strategist who used inclusion as a tool for power? Imagine a world where conquered people aren't crushed, but respected. They're allowed to practice their own religions. And in this world, even the conquered can rise to influence. This is the legacy often attributed to Cyrus the Great. Is it truth or a carefully crafted myth? In this video, we're diving into the complex legacy of Cyrus, a ruler who, some say, reshaped empire itself. This isn't just history. It's a blueprint for transformation. Cyrus the Great, founder of the Achaemenid Empire, celebrated as a pioneer of multicultural governance. But he wasn't just a conqueror. He's remembered as a visionary who embraced diversity in ways that seem almost modern. Some say he set a precedent, respecting the cultural and religious practices of those he conquered. To what extent was Cyrus an inclusive ruler? Did he exploit divisions to build his empire strategically? How does Cyrus's approach compare to other diverse empires? These questions guide our journey. Let's explore his life, policies, and the legacy he left. Our story begins around 600 BCE in Anshan, a region within ancient Persia. Cyrus was born into royalty, the son of King Cambyses I and Queen Mandane. But his birth wasn't just a royal affair. It came with prophecy and danger. According to the Greek historian Herodotus, Mandane's father, King Astyages of the Medes, had a prophetic dream. He saw that his grandson, Cyrus, would one day overthrow him. Afraid this would come true, Astyages tried to have the infant Cyrus killed.
Ruthless, perhaps, but I am protecting my throne.
However, his plan didn't work. Cyrus survived. He was raised in secret by a cowherd, unaware of his true heritage, until one day, his royal identity was discovered. So from the very beginning, Cyrus's life was shaped by faith and survival, two forces that would follow him throughout his reign.
So picture this. You're King Astyages, and you have this nightmare that your grandson will overthrow you. What's the logical next step? Just send him to live with a cowherd and hope for the best.
Right? Nothing says problem solved like handing the future king off to Farmer Joe in the boonies. Classic out of sight, out of mind strategy. But apparently, Cyrus was just too charming to stay hidden.
Future Empire Builder 101. Start as a lost prince with a chip on your shoulder. Really gets the motivational juices flowing.
As Cyrus expanded his empire, he faced a new challenge. How do you manage such vast cultural and ethnic diversity? Most rulers might impose a single governance system, force the empire into one mold, but not Cyrus. Instead, he took a different approach. He developed the Satrapy System. This system divided the empire into provinces, or satrapies, each with its own local ruler, or satrap. These satraps were given a degree of autonomy, allowing them to maintain their customs, traditions, and even their local laws. But Cyrus didn't lose control. The satraps still reported to Persia's central authority. He kept power close, but let local cultures breathe. So, the satrapy system wasn't just about acknowledging cultural diversity. It was a clever way to maintain stability, a way to keep the peace by showing respect.
The Satrapy System. Cyrus's genius idea to divide his empire into provinces with local governors. Basically, the first version of corporate middle management.
Exactly. You know, each satrap was like, I'm in charge, but only kind of. Must have been fun dealing with head office back in Persia.
One of the most famous examples of Cyrus's unique approach to governance is his relationship with the Jewish people. After conquering Babylon in 539 BCE, Cyrus issued a decree allowing the Jewish exiles to return to Jerusalem. He even gave them the resources to rebuild their temple. This wasn't just any decree. It was celebrated in the Hebrew Bible, where the Jews revered Cyrus as a Messiah, an anointed one, for restoring their freedom. But this act of goodwill wasn't just about kindness. It was strategic. It strengthened his image as a benevolent ruler, a king who respected his subjects' beliefs. And then there's the famous Cyrus cylinder, an artifact found in Babylon. The cylinder describes how Cyrus liberated captives and restored temples, letting people return to their homelands to worship freely. Today, the cylinder is often seen as one of the earliest declarations of human rights, a powerful statement of respect for cultural and religious diversity. But here's the question. Was this genuine respect, or was it simply smart politics?
So Cyrus rolls into Babylon and thinks, you know what'll win me points? Let's let the Jews go home and rebuild their temple. A man with priorities.
Right? Nothing like a grand gesture to secure a reputation. Go, build your temples. Meanwhile, he's securing his Most Benevolent Conqueror of the Year award.
Oh, totally. And the Jews go from exiled and miserable to calling him Messiah. I mean, that's influencer-level branding if I've ever seen it.
This is where Cyrus's legacy gets complicated. Some historians argue that the Cyrus cylinder and his policies were more about political strategy than tolerance. In the ancient world, rulers often made goodwill proclamations after a conquest. It was a way to gain legitimacy. By embracing local religions and customs, Cyrus could pose as a liberator, not an oppressor. This avoided rebellions. His policies were brilliant from a strategic view. Respect earned trust, and trust brought stability. So, while his actions might look like tolerance, they were likely calculated moves to keep his subjects in line without force.
So, was Cyrus pioneering in kindness, or was he just really good at keeping a large, angry empire in check?
Let's see. He treated his subjects nicely, didn't trample on every belief, and people called him the Great. Yeah, I'm going with master strategist playing the long game.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he probably had his moments of actual tolerance, but most of it, just smart empire management. Keep the people happy so they don't rise up and, murder you in your sleep.
Cyrus's approach to empire building set a new standard. But how does it compare to other empires? Take the Roman Empire, for example. They allowed conquered peoples to maintain some religious practices, but they imposed Roman laws and taxes. It often caused tension. Or consider the Ottoman Empire, centuries later. They used the millet system, allowing religious communities to govern themselves within the broader Ottoman rule. In some ways, the Ottomans mirrored Cyrus's approach. They too respected local traditions. But unlike Cyrus's satrapies, these empires often exercised much stricter control. So, while others took steps toward inclusivity, Cyrus's policies were unique for his time. They laid the foundation for governance systems that would evolve in later empires.
So how does Cyrus compare to, say, the Romans or Ottomans? Were they all copying his homework or what?
Well, the Romans let people keep their religions but slapped on a Roman tax, very accommodating in a pay-up way.
Was Cyrus a true pioneer of diversity, or a pragmatist using tolerance as a tool? The answer may lie somewhere in between. His policies blended tolerance with strategy, allowing him to manage one of the world's first great empires. Let's break down the Cyrus Blueprint. First, respect for customs and beliefs unified diverse populations. Second, his use of local governance through the Satrapy System showed that respecting differences brought stability. Third, by allowing religious freedom and protecting temples, he proved inclusivity could be a strength. Cyrus's legacy is one of balance. He respected his subjects' beliefs, but knew that respect brought loyalty and peace. His story is a reminder that what benefits the ruler can also benefit the ruled, and that respect can be as valuable as armies. Join us on an epic journey through time as we explore the lives and legacies of some of history's most legendary leaders, where we offer a deep dive into the figures who shaped the ancient and classical world. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more historical adventures, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode.